Is it a good idea to kick one of your kids out of their rooms and turn it into a home office? This guy says, my wife wants to convert one of our kids' rooms into a home office. Our kids are 7 and 10, and she feels our 10-year-old's room is big enough to put a bunk bed in it. She says she can't concentrate in our living room, and she wants somewhere more professional for her Zoom calls. I think our kids need their privacy. What should we do? So it's tough because if the kids were just born, or if they're 2 or 3 years old, they're not used to having their own room. But when we're talking 7 and 10 years old, they're already used to this at this point, which makes it really uncomfortable to rip them from that and put them into the exact same space together, especially with that many years apart. But then again, they don't pay rent. So what do you think?
Well, my temporary solution at my house was my husband put an addition on our house so I could have an office.
So if they have the money to do something like that, that might be an option.
Or if you have a basement, that would be another option. I think at 7 and 10, I think they're at the age where they need their privacy.
The cat, Judy Manans, what do you think?
I think it's a good idea. She obviously needs a space. You know, it's not like you're putting a boy and a girl together that are like, 7 and 16 or something, They're close enough in age where, you know what I mean?
I mean, bunk beds are a very common thing.
Absolutely. We had a bunk bed, 3 bedrooms, 7 people.
Yeah, and if one of the kids needs some space, one of the kids can just be in the living room and watch TV, and then the other one can be in the room.
Go downstairs, go outside. You don't get space until you start paying the bills.
Chelsea in Schenectady, do you think it's a good idea?
Yeah, she could move her office into the kids' room as a temporary movable office because hopefully the kids are in school.
Because I guess if the 10-year-old's room is big enough, she could probably have half the room be her office and the other half of the room could be the kids section. So then that way during the day she just kicks her kid out and she's able to use that part. So that might be a good compromise.
Yes.
Sandy in Cobleskill, what do you think?
She should just take her bedroom and try to make it into her own little office space plus her bedroom. Her bedroom would still be there, but it would still, she could make it part of her office.
Why put the kids through something like this? They're probably already stressed out with everything else going on in the world right now. Why need to add that extra thing into it,
Exactly.
Kelsey in Rotterdam, would you turn it into a home office?
No, I think I'd probably try to make the living room work because I think it could lead to the kids not getting along and cause more of a headache in the long run. I would think they would need their own space.
That's true, because if you are trying to concentrate during the day and whatnot, I think it'd be a pretty big distraction if you hear probably one room over your 2 kids just screaming at each other and fighting and throwing things.
Yeah, I think she'd be worse off in the long run making them share rooms. I would just try to make the living room work and learn how to put a background on the Zoom call. That's what I do.
Now take a look at some of your Facebook comments here. Melissa says, home office. Kids should pay rent if they want their own room. Doreen says, no, it's her child's bedroom. I'm sure there's space somewhere for an office. How about her in her bedroom? Or build a desk that folds into a wall, which that's actually kind of a cool idea. And finally, Christy says, I've shared a room with my sister, but if they've been having their own rooms, no. I think it's such a good point because they're already used to having their own spaces. It just seems like kind of a messed up thing to rip them from it. But what do you think? Leave us a comment or check it out on Facebook and check out the other comments through 109thecat.com. In the meantime, you can watch more videos, subscribe to get the notifications for the new videos every Monday through Thursday, and make sure you connect with me on social media. I won't bite, @OnAirPete on pretty much everything.